Oh goodness, what's up, people? Before I really get into this episode, I wanna say that Mikoto, I thought was a samurai. Apparently she's a ninja. From what I've seen this episode, she's a ninja. Possibly a greater ninja. But she's a freaking ninja. Like, she was just hanging out on the ceiling, so, and doing hand signs and junk. I promise you I thought she was supposed to be a samurai type character. But whatever, who cares? Who cares, right? We're gonna talk about the stuff that's actually going on in this episode that makes me a little less energetic. Because I was kinda, I was looking forward to this episode because I was expecting something big to happen. Nothing big happened except for that big toad woman. I almost called her something else. Like when they showed her and she freaking licked Belle's face, I was like, oh, this nightmare fuel. Oh, I'm not gonna sleep well tonight. That is gross. Nah, I'm sorry. It was nasty, man. But here's my thing. We start the episode where we left off last time, right? And Mikoto shows up to freaking help Belle. I was gonna say save, but she didn't accomplish that. Shows up to help Belle, and I was like, oh, so he's going to be saved again. And then she got mollywopped, so there you go. No saving. Ain't no saving you. Then Belle got freaking... He got Goku'd. Like, when I was watching that, I was like, what is this? Did I start watching Dragon Ball? Is this the Broly movie? Oh, she Broly'd him. Like, what was going on, man? As soon as I saw it, I immediately thought Dragon Ball. Because she's dragging him in the wall. I was like, oh, she's Broly. Sorry, Belle, you're not getting out of this one. It was crazy. But yeah, when he started fighting back, I had hope for a second that he was actually going to get away. But no, he got captured. And, I don't know what's going on, like with this familiar, this arc, whatever the flip. But there's a lot of rapey stuff going on here. Like, who thought this was a great idea? Like, everybody in this arc is rapey. It's like, oh, well, they captured Belle. And the Toad Woman's like, oh, I'm gonna put some good use to you. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a thing. We had freaking Hermes earlier. And now, freaking Aisha. Goodness, just everybody. What is with this arc? Like, this is stuff for research material. You keep that to the research. And keep it out of my dang anime. At least just have it be one character, not a whole freaking familia of horrible people. You know what I mean? It's like, goodness. And I was gonna say at least the first half of the freaking season didn't have it, but freaking Apollo. Saw the way he licked his lips when he was talking about Belle. You know what he was trying to do. Oh, man. But that's what this whole season seems to be based around sex. And it's really weird. I don't understand it. And here's the thing. With this episode, because I'm sick of Belle, honestly, I'm sick of Belle. His character is not evolving. He's staying the exact same, and it's really dull. So, I'm just getting tired of watching this. I'm not as tired of this as I am Isekai Cheat Magician, to where I'm gonna drop it, but I'm getting there. Like, if next episode doesn't do anything great, I might just leave this alone too. Because when I was watching this, I was like, oh goodness. Because I was thinking, it's gonna... At first, when they were having that initial battle and he was fighting back, I was thinking, oh, well, at least he's fighting back. This will be interesting. And then captured. I was like, oh, well, there we go. And then you start watching the episode and it's like, oh, well, this is getting rather boring. Oh, I might have to drop this week. But, you know, I'm still intrigued about this whole ritual of killing stone thing. That's the only reason why I'm coming back next week. Which, I don't know. It would keep me hooked if they actually did it. Like, if they were actually able to do the ritual, and freaking Haruhime is fully dead, I'd stick around. Because, you know, then it'd be something special then. They actually went on ahead and killed a character like that. Woo! That's great. Now that should build some character, and then he's going to be just like the main character from Isekai Chi Magician. Nothing's going to change about his personality, his character, anything like that. He'll be the same Bell the next day. It'll just be a waste of time. Which, to be honest, his attachment to her is really weird. Like, you've met her, what, twice? You met her twice, and you're freaking putting everything on the line, caring about her. Which, I mean, technically, at the end, it showed that he wasn't willing to put everything on the line, but that's for later talk. The point is, he was actually, you know, trying to gather money and stuff and help her and junk, and I'm like, dude, before this episode, you had only met her once. Heck, I can't feel anything for her because I'm not attached. This show didn't give you any time to actually care about this character. Who here actually cares about her living or dying? Like, let's just be honest. Who thinks, oh, well, it's going to be a shame if they use that ritual and kill Haruhime? No, nobody's thinking that. Nobody cares. It's been, what, 3 episodes? Maybe. Why would anybody feel anything for this arc? I guess that's why they tried to freaking do the whole Bell kidnapping thing, because we know Bell. I mean, I don't feel anything about him being kidnapped anymore, because it happens every 5 minutes. Like, every 5 minutes somebody wants to get a hold of Bell. It's nothing new. So I don't feel anything for it anymore. And here's the thing. If they would have tried to do that to freaking Lily, I still wouldn't have felt anything, because her whole arc was basically being stuck with her familia. So I wouldn't feel anything for her either. On top of that, they haven't utilized her all that much this season. It's I don't know. I couldn't even say it's the Bell show, because a chunk of him was out of it. He's doing the training stuff. Oh goodness, this season is just, I don't know. I guess the problem is it has entirely too many characters, and when you have a bunch of characters, you tend to not be able to flesh out all the characters, and then the audience doesn't care about all the characters. And when the audience doesn't care, you have to choose carefully who you're gonna make the stakes of some big arc. If it's some random person that we haven't known for very long, why would we care? Like, I get it, she's linked to freaking Makoto, but Makoto's just been like a main character this season. Even with her, you're not really attached to her. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not attached to anybody. I don't know. But the problem is that this show has so many characters, and none of them are really developed. No, none of them are developed to the point to where you care. And let's just be honest, that's the biggest problem with this show. You don't care all that much about the characters. I think the thing they were trying to do here is make you care about the story more than the characters, but what's a story without the characters, you know? So, you have to have a main character that people want to see. And Bale is just not that guy. Like, he never seems to get better. He always stays the exact same character. It's the Dragon Ball problem. Goku remains Goku throughout all of Dragon Ball. If he wasn't winning fights, everybody would hate Goku, because he's a trash character. just to be honest, Goku's the most trash character in Dragon Ball. He never has any development. He stays the same throughout the whole series. Yeah, sure, he grows up. But that doesn't really change who he is. Heck, every other character has had more development than Goku, the main character of Dragon Ball. And with this show, Bell is essentially Goku. He stays the exact same, but he's not winning. Heck, if the most horrible person ever always wins, somebody's going to be able to get behind the fact that he's a winner. With Bell, it's like he's always struggling. And the thing is, I don't want to see somebody that always struggles. I'm watching anime, so I don't have to see the struggle. Bell's always struggling. He's never just on top. He's never the boss in any situation. He's just some loser every time you see him. Every situation he gets into, he's a freaking loser. And who wants to get behind a loser? Nobody. Heck, the original Naruto series before it went to absolute crap, because Naruto went to complete crap. When it started and Naruto was the quote-unquote loser, it was a great show because he was a loser that was building up to beat the people who were on top of him, you know? These other guys were so great, and he was becoming great and beating those people, you know? That was the great thing of Naruto. Then you know what happened with Naruto? They time skipped and said he was a child of destiny. It's like, but the whole first half was saying he was great because he was a loser that did hard work. What are you doing? But that's a rant for another day. My point is, if Bell was more, oh God, I hate to compare somebody to Naruto because what he became after that freaking time skip, oh, it was gross. But if Bell was first half Naruto, he would actually be a compelling character, or at least better than he is now. Because Bell just seems like a loser through and through. He loses to everybody. At this point, he shouldn't just be getting freaking ambushed in dungeons and knocked out. I'm sorry. Even if your opponent's supposed to be, you know, way stronger than you, he shouldn't be snuck up on at this point. First off, when they're fighting the dang monsters, he shouldn't have been able to get just surrounded by wolves like that. I don't know what's... you know what, never mind. Just forget it. I'm sorry, I'm just... Oh, it's a problem. I guess my thing is, I'm into... As far as my character choices go, I'm usually into the character that does start off weak, but becomes immensely more powerful than the people who were making fun of him before. That's my thing. If you're gonna have a weak character, it's gotta be that way. Otherwise, it doesn't even matter. No joke, it doesn't matter at all if that's not the case. And it just really irritates me here that Bell just never gets better. And it's actually kind of sad, because I was a really big fan of the first season, because at the very end, he seemed like a hero, you know? And you would think everything's just going to go up from here. It's going to get better. And then season 2 started. And it was like, dude, you didn't grow at all. I thought after the end of season 1, you were going to start becoming a really good character, and we're going to be able to just start destroying people and stuff. And you're going to hit the dungeon a lot more, get more powerful and all that stuff. None of that happened. And more so than just talking about this episode, it's the freaking series in general. It's just, Bell is not a character you want to get behind. And that's never a good trait in your main character. Heck, when Dragon Ball Z brought in Gohan as the lead, I wanted to see what was going to go on with Gohan. It is what it is. Goku is a boring character. He's super powerful, and, you know, he gets the W, but he's boring. Gohan actually had personality, so I was interested in seeing that, and, you know, that was back in the day, before all of this stuff now, where you know, you already kind of know how things are going to go now. But back then, it was all fresh. So when I saw Gohan was the main character, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be a good time. It was not. It was not. They brought Goku right back. It took no time bringing Goku back. I was like, flip. Well, there goes that. Yeah, so, as far as this episode goes, I didn't really like it. If you couldn't tell, I didn't like this episode. I'm starting to not like this show. And it was crazy because I chat with a buddy of mine, and he didn't like the first season. He was like, I don't really care for it. I don't like the main character and stuff. And I was like, well, you know, he kind of grows on you towards the end. It's not that bad. And if they do a second season, I'll definitely give it a shot and watch it. Because, you know, I thought he's pretty cool, you know. And now the second season's rolled around, I'm feeling the same way. God, I hate this guy. He's just not very good of a character. And this whole Haruhime thing doesn't make any sense at all. I get, this could have been a complete Makoto arc. They could have made you get attached to Makoto and feel for her through this Haruhime character. But bringing Bell in, who has no attachment, and making him seem like he has an attachment to the character makes no sense at all. Like, this should have just been a Makoto thing. If she was just the freaking main character's arc and you were following her as she's trying to get her friend back, it'd be great. But because they're still trying to run Bell as the main character and not allowing anybody else to have any time to develop, it's just all over the place. It's a mess. That's what this season is, a freaking mess. And the whole freaking prostitute thing and pleasure quarter, it seemed like an interesting thing when it started. Like, I thought this is gonna be great. They've introduced a new spot in the freaking city, and it's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna get all these new characters. There are gonna be some likable characters, some characters you hate. No. This is just a repeat of the first half of this season, except with more rape. And heck, as a thing to drive the plot, that doesn't really do it for me. Just gonna be honest, it doesn't. It's like, oh, well, so apparently the goddess of this familia just takes advantage of everyone she can, and that includes women. I don't know what kind of stuff she was doing, but we need to get some research done on that, you know? We need to have a little side story, a little off-brand anime based on that. I'd like to see that. Heck, that's the best thing to come out of this season. That sure was like, you know, my goddess. Well, the goddess charmed that prostitute, and they showed them on top of each other. I was like, what's going on here? I want to see more of this. This looks more interesting than everything else we've seen. Goodness. Heck, I thought when they introduced freaking Aisha, they were gonna make her like a new likable character or somebody to get attached to. And it seems like they tried and it's just not working. That's what it seems like the thing is. They're trying, but it's just not working. Because she's not likable. It's what it is. The characters are just not likable. And you're not giving them enough time to become characters that people would like. And that's the biggest problem this season. And this episode, it was so dang dull that I went into a dang rant about the series and other stuff and characters and how they messed up this crap instead of talking about the episode. That tells you it's a bad episode. When somebody's supposed to be talking about an episode and they can't talk about it because of how bad it is. Sorry. It is what it is. This episode was trash. And this show is slowly becoming trash. Actually, it's not slowly becoming trash, it is quickly becoming trash, and I am sick of it. So, next week will be the last shot for this, and depending on how that goes, it'll be dropped as well. And it's whatever, I might start doing Fire Force instead, because I watch Fire Force, I just don't talk about it. But, you know, if I do cut this, I'll probably replace it with that. I can't do Dr. Stone because I've read the manga so far that I wouldn't feel anything for the show. So, anywho, that's going to do it for this. Let me know what you thought about this freaking episode, or heck, the series as a whole at this point, in the comments below. Sorry about this being so long. A little freaking rant. I guess you could call it a rant. Kinda. Anywho, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out and have a great day.